Good morning. It is 6:10 a.m. on Tuesday, November 27th, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. This is actually a second attempt at recording this. I realized just a little bit into the first time that I had not actually turned on my microphone mixer, which would have made it more difficult for you to hear me. So I'm glad I caught that before I got too far along. Last night, in what was an excellent step of progress, I got tired at the normal bedtime and was thus able to go to sleep at a reasonable hour. I did still wake up around 4:15 a.m. and didn't really ever go back asleep. I kind of just lay there drowsing a little bit until I actually made myself get up when it was time. And so, didn't get really the full 8 hours that might be ideal, but progress in terms of reestablishing a normal sleep schedule, for sure. It was actually pretty pleasant because the weather all night here was pretty much cold and windy and rainy, but in such a way that having my window cracked open just a little bit let me listen to the rain and feel the cool breeze contrasted with the nice warm coziness inside. And as I lay in bed going to sleep, listening to the rain and smelling the night air and the breeze, it was very lovely. I just was very content in that moment, and it basically continued like that all night. So that was also the state in which I was, laying in bed this morning before getting up, was just very comfortable in bed, but with the cool, fresh, rainy air, hearing the rain outside, very nice. It was every so often it's a great opportunity to be able to find joy in simple little experiences like that. And I did. Very pleased with that. So this week, as previously mentioned, I'm kind of going to be working more than usual because I'm supporting two different projects at the moment. So I'm kind of working overtime as a result. And so it'll be kind of a busy week. But, so far that's progressing as planned. I might see if my schedule shifts around a little bit depending on how that might change. But in the meantime, I'm, starting to make preparations for what is going to go down for the Extra Life game, which is, still a couple weeks away. And also plans for my trip to Colorado, which I will be leaving Saturday. And what else? And plans for the next D&D session. I've still continued to be thinking about the last episode and just very pleased with how all that went in the sense of story potential and just happiness of I talk about finding joy in simple experiences. I mean, playing D&D, I don't know, it's not simple exactly, but in the sense of being able to play a game with friends and enjoy it, definitely do. What else? I'm pleased that one of the things that I had discovered over in Korea was that although it's hard to gauge whether the food itself was healthier, I think probably it was less processed foods, but and less like dessert-like things, but also more sugar in sauces and so on, fatty soups, that sort of thing. And I think I was probably eating more like volume of food over there. And so I suspected after a couple weeks there that I had maybe put on like a few pounds. And as I came back, that proved pretty much right on the money. But I have fortunately, in the almost a week since, it seems like I've actually settled back down to about where I was before I left. So um, I think that means that nothing was out of control, and so I think even if and when I go back, not if and when I go back, because it is planned, I will probably be trying to not indulge so much in the exotic Korean candies and sweets, which I was enjoying on the basis of them being unique and interesting and unusual, and also just as unhealthy there as they are here. So I'll probably try to avoid that, and then maybe I can, stabilize. And also, if I make myself exercise, that would be good too. Anyway, I'm still a little loopy this morning, but I've made a lot of progress in terms of readjusting, and happy about that. So, uh, uh, doing all right. So I'll leave it there for today, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.